Alrighty, let's make sure we are up, live, and running. If you guys are getting this, just let me know. Leave me a thumbs up in the chat. Me and Derek are here getting ready to do this. But before we start, once again, I'm going to dedicate this video to three people that are gone. Shad Gaspar, the dude is a hero. And I know I made a mistake on the last video that I did with him. But honestly, the truth, not all heroes wear capes. And Shad Gaspar is someone who I really respect as a human being for what he did for his son and everything else that happened. And I'm glad to see that he's being acknowledged for a lot of things. So good to see that. I see a lot of people in the chat. I'm going to shout you guys out too. I also want to give another shout out to 411's own Larry Zonka from 411 Mania. Rest in peace, man. I read so many of that dude's articles, Derek. Like, it doesn't make sense just to talk about pro wrestling. Man, that stuff just, I don't know, gets to me a little bit.
Nah, it's understandable, dude. I mean, like, these are people that we grew up knowing and grew up watching for a minute. So, you know, I can understand it, you know. Except for, like, for me, for, like, the one, I didn't know who she was.
Oh, we're going to get into her, too. Because I have a very important message when it comes to the young lady on the screen right now. And that's Hana Kimura. Very sad, man, to see somebody who took their own life because of cyberbullying and everything else. And everybody who's in the chat, I want you guys, as part of the wrestling community, to kind of like make a promise to yourself. Like, make sure you treat people right. It's so simple to call someone an idiot or you don't know what you're talking about in pro wrestling. It's not necessary, man.
No.
Treat people with respect, and I think that's an important thing for the wrestling community to know.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go too far off on a tangent with this, but yo, chill the fuck out with the bullying, dude. Like, seriously, what the fuck is the problem?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just certain people, too. It's not everybody. I think we have a pretty good community on our hands when it comes to it. But I really think that as far as pro wrestling goes, as a wrestling community, I want the wrestling community to be more open, accepting, and help someone understand versus calling them an idiot or talking all that craziness about them.
Listen, she was young. She still had plenty of time to learn whatever she needed to learn and know whatever she needed to know. You, as a wrestling community, you help coach these people in the right direction. Don't be a dick.
Hey, that's the truth about it, man. And I'm sad to see three people in wrestling lose their lives over foolishness. I know that this is about AEW Double or Nothing. We are about to get into that, guys. We're going to start the intro here in a second. Different setup, and I got a story to tell all of you guys, so I hope you stick around. But this intro is dedicated to the people who have lost their lives that I just mentioned. Shad Gaspar, Larry Zonka, and Hana Kimura. You will not be forgotten. Thank you. Alrighty, folks. We are live. We're in the house. Whew, that was a lot to get off the chest, man. Yeah. You guys are seeing us in a different background, right? Craziness. So do me a favor. If you're in here right now, you have to hit the like button for me. Have to. And why do you have to hit the like button? Number one, me and Rob busted our ass to make this graphic, so I hope you guys enjoy this, the Double or Nothing graphic, all the EPW logos and everything else with it. Rob, thank you so much for designing this, and a special shout out to my girl Tiff, who helped me figure out how to do this and file too. I appreciate you guys. I know you guys got some great content coming up. I'm actually going to be on No Holds Barred Network on Monday for an interview for Fan Forum. Cannot wait for that. And I'm also going to be on Malik's podcast tomorrow. We are drafting our teams of like the greatest WWE superstars. Not going to want to miss that either. But this is about AEW Double or Nothing 2020 review. We've got a lot to talk about when it comes to this. But first, we're going to get into why the background's different and what happened today. You guys are going to laugh at this, and I'm going to get a like, I think, out of it. With that being said, guys, we're going to start from top to bottom. Give me your thoughts on the show. I am looking at all of it through the mobile device. It's not popping up right now, but we're using a completely different computer, so understandable. And if you guys can't see me, and if you're listening on the audio version, I'm like clenching my hands because I'm ready to like punch something right now. Today was a rough day as far as technology goes and how to use everything. Bro. I don't think people understand how annoying everything was today.
Yeah, it was definitely rough. I kind of walked in like at like the tail end of it, but yeah.
My computer basically shit the bed. And I've been talking about getting a new computer for weeks and weeks and weeks. Well, guess what? The process has probably been sped up a little bit because the computer just randomly stopped working. I cannot explain why. I'm pretty good at fixing things, looking up how to fix things, going into the black market to learn how to fix things. I could not figure out a way right now. So I'm going to have to tinker with that over the next couple days. But shout out to Rob, who is probably going to let me use this laptop for the next few days to take care of what I need to take care of. So if you guys see me in a different setting, this is why. Yeah, dude, absolutely sucks.
Yeah, it's crazy because we were definitely talking about a new computer for him for like the last couple days now, and then it just said, "Hey, well, I heard you talking about me, so."
I was gonna sing a song, but I don't feel like getting copyright strike. And we're so close to getting sponsored by YouTube, so whatever, dude. It's what it is. Right. All right, I'm just happy that you guys are listening. I want to talk Double or Nothing. There's going to be parts of this where I have to excuse myself, and I'm going to kind of let the chat take over a little bit because this is Everything Pro Wrestling, and Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. You guys thought you weren't going to get that, right? No. All right, let's talk AEW Double or Nothing 2020 review, shall we? Number one, first and foremost, shout out to my boy Montezi for the intro. And if you're listening to the audio version, you're going to see my man ANT Won't Stop. He was on the podcast for our preview. He will be doing the outro on the audio version. So make sure you check it out. He did a custom AEW Double or Nothing song. Ant puts out some pretty good music, so subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. His Twitter stuff is down below in the description box. Now, D, we got to talk about this whole Lance Archer, Jake the Snake Roberts thing first. With Lance Archer and the sledgehammer just beating the hell out of a house. Like, Lance, if AEW's paying for houses, bro, you can come beat the shit out of this house. Right. All right? I'll take the money. It's no big deal. Tony, just fix it up. It's all good, man.
Right.
But I thought it was a really good segment to make him look strong.
It was. It was basically just showing the path of destruction that he could go on.
Yeah, and it worked. It was just something simple and letting Jake talk a little bit. I don't know if everyone in the chat feels the same way if Jake is outshining Lance Archer.
I don't think so. I think, well, I guess you could go 50-50 because Jake is right now the mouthpiece for Lance, and I think that has to happen, but eventually Lance has to start talking soon.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he's done small things, but it's what it's going to be, when it comes to it.
I mean, I guess. I mean, like, I guess, like, the only way that it makes sense to me is if he does start talking, because if you think about it, Brodie Lee versus 10, or, Brodie Lee with 10, Brodie Lee speaks for 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think Jake's such a great speaker that you want to utilize him. Some people think maybe Jake should have went with Brodie Lee instead. I mean, he fits that kind of like descriptive cult leader thing. But at the same time, I kind of like him with Lance, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think he's where he's supposed to be. I think if he would have went with Brodie Lee, it would have kind of like set. It wouldn't have fit too well for me.
Could have set things in a bad motion. I mean, it's hindsight too. We're just talking the shiggity diggity.
Right.
let me get into the chat here real quick before we get into the actual results of the show. Let me give a big shout out first to my man Doug. Doug, yes, we started the stream on time for you, my brother. We tried to at least get something going early on here. So thank you so much, Doug, for being able to join us. My man Obi-Wan, Original Biggie. Biggie, I actually listened to your video today about the WWE 2K feedback. Excellent video, my dude. B-Boy Skyline, Jordan in the house. Jordan, what's up, man? I thought you were coming by.
Right, man.
What happened, brother? Sick, what's good, man? Good to have you in here. PR Nightmare, my man Nelson, what is going on? I appreciate you. He said, tisk, Conrad just breaking shit, huh? Nah, bro, that was all the computer. It slowed down. I went to restart it, and then it did not restart. So I can't change that. Broken TCS for Life Rockstar, what is going on? He said this is a great pay-per-view. All right, Broken. Yeah. Ant Won't Stop's in the house as well in the chat. What's going on, Ant? Casey Briggs is here as well. Kyron Chase said the main event was amazing. I laughed so hard at Sammy running away from both Hangman and the golf cart. We'll get into that. Yes, really good, man. Jesus said main event match of the year contender. We'll get into that because Derek has some words. Truly the Ace, what's going on, brother? Ace, I hope you're feeling better, man. I know we talked on a personal level in some DMs, so I hope everything is going well with you, my brother. I appreciate you. Connor is also in the house. Aubrey James has joined us as well tonight. Chris DeZuba, he put the hands up for you, D. Cut the shit. Sick, what's going on, brother? I'm always glad when Sick's in here. Sick gets a laugh every time when it comes out to it. What are you talking about, CJ? That was a mansion in Lockport. Knock it off. Buffalo joke. If you guys don't know, you won't get that. That's a local thing. Foul is also in the chat. What's going on, Foul? Foul, I hope you're all right, man. We were watching you on the live reactions too while we were watching the show in the beginning, so check out Foul Original as well, man. I appreciate him. And he said the main event was shamazing. Derek, please stop putting that up. And Elijah Washington, what's good, brother? What's good? We had a lot of shout outs right there, man. Hope everybody has left a like on the video, showing us some love as well, man. I appreciate you guys. Give your thoughts on this, like I said, because I'm going to need some makeup room for a lot of this. Let's start with the first match, the buy-in. We've got Private Party versus Best Friends. All the New Japan fans are going to be pissed at you.
Oh well.
Okada did that first. But anyway, what'd you think of this match, Derek?
I thought it was good. I think it could have been a lot better. I don't think anybody was really sloppy in it. I just think like there was just
I think there was my personal thing with this match was there was a lot of what do I want to say? It felt like ring rust. Yeah. More appropriately. It wasn't that they were doing anything bad per se. People were out of position a few times, and just things weren't ready yet. And we got to remember, too, Private Party is a younger tag team. And I'm not even saying this to, like, crap on them or anything, because I love Private Party. And I think they're future tag team champions for this company. But I do feel that Private Party did a good job here in a certain aspect. A couple times they were out of place, and they had to call audibles, and Private Party went right into the audibles. And I know they're dealing with two veterans like Trent and Chuck E.T. or Chuck Taylor, whatever you want to call them. They're dealing with two veterans, and they just kind of floated right back in. So I kind of want to give them credit for that, at least from what I saw. Yeah. So they did pretty well with that one. It was a back-and-forth match. We had some nice recoveries on mishaps, like I said. But the Storm Zero was hit. 1, 2, 3. Best Friends are the #1 contenders. What do you think about that, D?
I you know what? They have done quite a bit for me to be in that #1 contender spot for the tag team titles. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Private Party, but I don't like them enough to say that they even would have been in that conversation to be #1 contenders for the titles, because I'm like, you still had SCU.
Yeah, but I think Best Friends have earned it, and I really feel like the Dark Order would have been in the mix right now, but unfortunately they're not there.
Oh yeah, if everything was different right now, then it would have been, I think the Dark Order would have been the #1 contenders.
And for all the speculation too about how different this card was, Cody said 90% of the card on the media call I was on is pretty much the same. Right. He said there was a few things that had to change, but other than that,
yeah, it honestly, the card was still a good card to expect. So I like I said, I liked the match. The match was a good match. I think the right people went over. Private Party, they will get their shot. I just don't think it was now.
All right, let's see what the chat's saying here. Casey Briggs said he did not like the match at all. He thought best friend. He doesn't think the best friends are that good, in his opinion. Broken Rockstar said that he feels Private Party is still green.
Yes,
I would. I kind of disagree with that. I think that they're doing a suitable job for where they're located on the card.
They still have time to be polished. They have come a long way. I think their greatest match has been against the Young Bucks.
Jesus De Leon said, I don't like Best Friends winning because it feels like they're just going to lose to Omega and Hangman Page. I really wanted Private Party to win. Jesus, I would tell you to be patient. I think that Private Party down the line will do something big. I don't think it's going to be this year. I think it'll be the beginning of next year, though.
And I would have to say Private Party, that would be a wash. I'm sorry. Them against Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, Adam Page, that would be a wash in my eyes. Like I'm about to wipe the whole mat with you right now.
Yeah, Chris DeZuba, I don't know if he's trying to be funny or whatnot. He says he hated this pay-per-view. He said, I could have used that money for the Manscaped 3.0 using Conrad's code EPW show. That's what we call a transition, folks. And before we get into the main card, you guys can get the Lawnmower 3.0. You guys can trim those bushes and make the trees look a little bit taller. Go to manscaped.com and use the promo code EPW show to get 20% off and free delivery. It's really awesome, man. So take advantage of that. I think it's worth it. Thumbs up on the product. Works really well. I think you guys will enjoy it. Ladies, you can use it as well on your naughty areas. But always want to be groomed, looking good, feeling good for the win.
Naughty.
Inappropriate. Also, we got a code for powerslam.tv. All this stuff's in the description box. If you guys are bored during this time, if you're not going back to work for a few more weeks, or if you're off, whatever, you guys can go to powerslam.tv, put in the promo code EPW show, get a free month of independent pro wrestling on me. So check that out as well. And shout out to our good friends Everything College Basketball. You guys will hear their ads on the audio versions of the show too. Matt Lopez is in the house. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you guys, man. Love it. Let's get into the main card here. We start off with Arn Anderson talking about that TNT title match. I like Arn, man. Arn, speaking about the TNT title, one of the better television champions in history of pro wrestling. Yes. I know he's television champion WCW, but Double A bringing it up just kind of, brought that like, oh man, I missed this.
Yeah. It was a great time for him to reminisce, and he was a part of it first.
Horseman.
So he was a part of it first, and then he got a chance to be a part of it again.
Dopeness.
So that's history twice.
Yeah, and you know what? Arn deserves it. I think a lot of people really love Double A.
Oh yeah.
So I'm happy to see him in that spot. We had the ladder match promo. Joey Janela talking about he's a future AEW champion. Joey Janela took the place of Phoenix tonight in the ladder match. All good things that happened on this show. Let us get into the first matchup here, because everybody went through a promo. Daniels even had one for SCU. Kip and Jimmy Havoc. Jimmy Havoc's suit was on point, by the way, tonight, with the blood splatter on it. That looked dope.
That was fresh.
I kind of like that combination with Kip Sabian's like the, I don't know, you said he dressed like the 40-year-old on the Dynamite review, like Bad Santa.
Yeah, like
corn dog and sitting at the beach looking at girls play volleyball. And then you've got Jimmy Havoc, who looks like he's something out of a horror movie, like a sidekick out of a horror movie that you just want to watch him get his ass beat.
Think of it like this. Kip Sabian would be the guy who thinks about doing bad things, and then Jimmy Havoc is like the guilty conscience as to, yeah, let's go do this. Let's make it happen. So, but granted, I like Kip, I like Jimmy. Shebang.
Before we get to the ladder match, I'm going to request that you guys, one more time, please stop referring to my head in the Manscaped ads as what it looks like. I mean, if it's that smooth, it's that damn good, all right? It's that damn good. Really good stuff, man. Chris said he actually did not like this pay-per-view. Ooh, harsh. Get your boy, D. Get your boy.
Come on, Chris.
Right now, we've got the replay in the background, and it is the ladder match that's on right now. Derek, we looked at this for a while. We gave this a B-.
Yeah.
Overall, the private party match got a B- as well. The ladder match was tough, man, because here's the thing. I think it's hard to give a ladder match like a C. The ladder match has to be basically boring, in my opinion, and they're hard to do that.
Yeah, there were enough things in it to say like this is a good match.
Good to decent, yeah.
Yeah, good to decent. There were enough things in there to like that were just like, oh shit, that just really happened.
Right, but there was also enough in there that you were like, that could have been better. That could have been better. And I think I really feel like a lot of people in AEW, they were in a good groove right up until this happened, and then they took them right back out of the groove a little bit. Yeah. Now they're kind of like, okay, we're trying to get back into things. Yeah. Very tough. And what did you think of people coming out in intervals? Same question for you, chat. Like, what did you guys think of this ladder match? Was it cool that people came out in intervals?
I think it was. It was like Royal Rumble-esque. Like, all right, it's starting out with two of you, 2 minutes on the clock. Get your work in before the next person comes out, and try to get that double or nothing chip, so you can get a shot at the heavyweight champion. And
I do like that they put that on the line. Like, it just seems like a crazy thing. Like, okay, you could be number one contender out of nowhere, right. just like that.
Just like that.
Wild stuff. Right now we're seeing like Darby Allin and them come out. This match is so crazy. It's kind of like the main event. Like, there's no way that I could explain every spot to you or tell you every single thing that happened. Darby Allin just threw the skateboard. I don't know where that came from. We were asking the same thing. So if you see us looking off, that's what we're looking at. In this spot right here, bro. Darby Allin doing the Ollie. I don't know if he was watching Tony Hawk. The remastered version coming out soon. 1 and 2.
That. I'm on that.
Who was your boy on that? Bob Burnquist?
No. It was the one guy. Help me out, Chad, if you ever played it. I don't remember his name, but he used to do the Christ Air. And I can't remember his name, but that dude was nasty.
Yo, I couldn't tell if he really got hurt at that spot when he fell over.
It looked like he did. It definitely looked like he did.
Darby sold very well for this match. Ace said he would give the ladder match an A+. Now, everybody's probably wondering, too, who the mystery man was in this match. Derek, I'll let you reveal it. Mr. Brian. Go ahead, take it. Brian Cage finally shows up. I think a lot of people called that beforehand.
I was hoping it was EC3.
I think that they're using that 90-day thing, man. And like I said, it's not worth the court cost for it.
Yeah, no.
It's not worth the court battle with WWE that you're gonna have to go through for that.
No, but I'm still happy with this though.
What did you think of Cage? That was your first time seeing him, right? Because you didn't watch him in Impact ever. No. You never saw him in Lucha.
Never seen him. This was the first time I saw him.
We showed him a picture too. If you guys have never seen Cage as a cruiserweight when he was in FCW in WWE.
Listen, this dude.
Yo, chill. Chill. But Cage did a good job in this, I thought. Let's see. Chris Zuba said Brian Cage showing up was the best part of the match. Let's see here. Brian Cage destroys everyone. This was a pretty damn good show, Matt Lopez says. Ladder match was fun, but I felt like they overbooked it like crazy. I mean, that's what you get in today's ladder matches, though. Ant says it was hard to focus on the match when you were anticipating the mystery guy.
True. I can see that. I can see that because you were too busy sitting there like thinking like, okay, well, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? So I get that, and that's I kind of thought that like throughout like half of the match. I'm like, all right, I've seen enough now. Like, let's get to the mystery person because like I said, I definitely thought it was EC3, so I was expecting him to come out.
Now, let me see here. Jesus said what I was thinking. He said they needed Phoenix for this ladder match, and I agree. I think Phoenix would have added a specialness to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think he would have brought it some more. Joey Janela took his place, and Joey did a great job. I thought Joey should have been in this from the get-go. What are you laughing at? When Joey... Wait, you're either laughing at the part when he first came out and did the flip, when he got slammed by Cage?
Yeah.
Yo, Cage slammed this man, and all you heard was, "What the fuck, motherfucker?" Go back and listen to the audio. They'll probably edit that out in the regular version, but he was swearing up a storm when he must have got slammed. Casey said he thought this was a fun match. Ladder matches are always overbooked with crazy spots. Six said Orange Cassidy asking the announcer's table what he has to do in the match, then walking away annoyed.
Oh, yeah. Excalibur was like, Tony explained this to you like 200 times.
Yeah, I like that he just didn't want to do this. Like, he was just like, whatever. And you know, there were a couple times I thought Orange Cassidy might win. When he was on Cage's back, I thought he really had the chance to win this.
I thought so too. And then especially it was hilarious as to how he was trying to stand the ladder up. Like, he didn't even open it. He tried to standing it up without opening it. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Colt Cabana was in this too. Colt Cabana did pretty good, man.
He did.
Because when I saw him in Ring of Honor a couple of the times, like the last few times, I was like, oh, Colt don't look like he want to be here. But now he looks like he really is happy to be in AEW, trying something different.
So, sometimes you just need like a different out, or not. Like,
no, you're right. Outlook, kind of a different federation to try and do different things then.
Yeah, because when you're stuck in one spot for a good amount of time, you get drained.
Connor said that he's sorry he's late. Screwtube didn't give him the alert. Don't worry about it. And if you guys do want the alerts, click all alerts. I've been told that a lot of people are having issues with that stuff. So just click all of the alerts and you guys will get them. I only upload once or twice a week. I'm trying to do my best with it. If you guys like it, like I said, tell a friend, man. We're trying to get more people in here. I'm loving the chat right now. So I'm going to you guys a lot. Six said Darby Allin is the Jeff Hardy of AEW. Hard to argue that. That's a great comparison to him, like the fandom that we were talking about with Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, you can't really dispute that. That's hard to dispute.
I just watched Colt Cabana crush his fingers in that ladder again. Terrible. But let's get back to this though. The main storyline here, it seems like Darby Allin turned down Taz. Yes. And Darby Allin ended up eating a Steiner screwdriver in the match. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's a horrible, horrible move. Looks like a driver out of a suplex. Yeah. And Taz looks like he's the guy who brought Brian Cage in to destroy Darby Allin. At one point, he put Darby on a ladder, lifted him up, and just tossed him like he was garbage.
Yep. Dude. You know, so it's safe to say we'll get a match between Darby and Cage.
I think later on down the line you will. But right now, Brian Cage won the ladder match. So he's the number one contender. He will be facing the AEW champion, whoever that is, when we get to that match. But he's earned himself a number one contendership. So this is quite interesting.
That's a good feat to be coming into AEW with. You know, you're brand new to a big company right now. And then you win a title shot at the heavyweight championship.
Yeah, and we're watching SCU right now. SCU, Joey just ran out and did a backflip. SCU did a great job in this too, if I didn't give them enough credit. So we can keep talking about this match all day. This was a fun match. B- I felt was a fair grade for it. I think you could have just put it together a little bit better, but other than that, man, there's nothing to complain about. This was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Nothing
more, nothing less.
Grading rubrics down below too if anybody has a question about why we do things or why we say things that way. Crazy, dude. Next match, MJF versus Jungle Boy. Bro. MJF is a prick. I have to always start it off like that.
Yes.
This dude is such a douche.
He is.
Jungle Boy stood out, though. I think this was what we said, though. I think they both look like stars tonight.
Yes.
This is your future world title match within the next 2 to 5 years, I'll say. Yeah. Like, you're going to see these guys main event another show, and these guys will be going at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. 2 to 5 years is definitely the time frame for the both of them. I would say I would give it to MJF.
I think it's closer than we think. I know that I said 2 to 5. I'd say the next 2 to 3 years you will see these guys in the top spot. I've said 5 to be generous.
I can agree with that because Jungle Boy has come a long way outside of Jurassic Express. You know, with him just being on his own, and then MJF. You know, MJF is MJF. There's really nothing more you could say about it.
I think he'll rise to the occasion first out of anybody.
Oh, yeah.
But when you see these two, I really felt like at the end of the night, they both just showed why you need to be invested in them.
Yes.
I saw some cool things in this match. MJF showed off his skills in this match as far as his wrestling ability goes.
Yeah.
I never have seen two guys like standing on their heads, slapping each other in the face. I don't even know how their legs were tangled up. They were just tangled up, and they were smacking each other in the face, and I thought it was so good. But MJF took a lot of abuse in this match. Jungle Boy chopped the shit out of him, vice versa. They were just beating the hell out of each other.
Yeah, and then that one spot that with like the I forget what they call it, but I just call it reverse Hurricane Rana on the
the Poison Rana.
Poison Rana, yes. On the side of the ring, like MJF's head like really was like boom. I thought honestly, I really sat there and I really thought he was out because he was not moving.
Yeah, he laid out there for a little bit. I thought they were going to do like the whole 9-count ploy and then he would just get in time.
Yeah.
But MJF sold that like a champ.
Yes.
And another part in the match, this dude faked a knee injury. What a prick. Like, you were like, is he really hurt for a second? That I was like, nah, there's no way. There's no way. Then when he got up, I was like, you didn't get me, you scumbag. But MJF did his thing in this, man. Sorry, I just saw Luchasaurus enter. We didn't give him his props in that match either. Luchasaurus was great.
Yes.
He really stood out, I think, in that ladder match, too, as somebody who's a force to be reckoned with. But back to his partner, Jungle Boy and MJF in this one. Dude, Jungle Boy showed that fire, and there were a couple points where I thought Jungle Boy had it won.
Yes. Especially that power bomb off the top ropes.
Yeah, that was really good. And they said he didn't hook the arms, but MJF got his shoulder up.
Yeah.
And I really like the finish. The O'Connor roll, MJF starts it, grabs the tights, Jungle Boy grabs his tights, reverses it, and then MJF reverses it into a penning predicament that you cannot get out of.
Right.
By grabbing his arms and then floating back 1, 2, 3. Just makes MJF look like a genius, but at the same time a slimeball heel who just outsmarted him tonight, and he got him.
And it was nice to see that too, because it was more so a leverage pin.
Yeah, it was really good. I gave this a B+.
Yeah,
this was really good. Let me see here. Whoa, there was a lot of conversation that I saw here. Why Conrad look all depressed? No, I'm just tired, bro. I've been up since like I think 6:30 this morning. My son was like cranked on 100 the whole time. Or the intern will say, just cranked on 100. I'm just super tired, bro. Let's see here. Original Biggie, do it twice just in case. Let's see. Cage being there was a big shock. File said, I love that he had Taz with him. It's Taz. Botchamania joke. I'm sorry. The high spots Cage can do is mind blowing. He used to be a cruiserweight. That's what we showed Derek before. Derek's mind was blown when we showed him who Cage used to be.
Yeah, when I seen the size of him before this, I could not believe that he was a cruiserweight, because like we're watching it right now. Like he
just did that F10 move. Well, see, Sick just asked, was that his finisher? That's not his finisher, Sick. His finisher is either the screwdriver, the Steiner screwdriver, or the Weapon X. The Weapon X takes a long time to set up. It's kind of like Eddie Guerrero's old submission move, but you got to wait for him to bring his arm back to come get you and then drive you down, similar to Bray Wyatt. It's a long setup move if you guys ever look it up. Weapon X is the name of it, though. Conrad's sitting in his jail cell doing YouTube vids, and Derek's watching his back. Nelson, I hope we run into you one day. I hope we do. I owe you a power bomb onto a car or something. Casey said, Jungle Boy MJF gets an A from me. Love this match. We were close to giving it an A-, Casey. We really went back and forth about it, but we went with B+ for it, because I don't know if we started too harsh with the ladder match, but we were just like, we'll say B+.
Yeah, I think we did start out hard with the ladder match.
Yeah.
We definitely did start out hard.
Jesus said that was a sleeper match. Great match. I agree. MJF was holding his neck after the match. Yeah, hopefully he's all right. Connor said Jungle Boy put on a better match than I thought he would. Yeah, he's good. He said y'all crazy, CJ, for B+ on that match. See, Casey, I can't make you happy, bro. I said B+, and that was a strong, like I said, it was like milliseconds from being an A. But we were in a rush, and we're like, yo, what's it gonna be? And you were the one who gave it the A, weren't you? You said A-.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was close. It was close. I said B plus, and the other person agreed with me, B plus.
Yeah.
Let's see. MJF and Jungle Boy are going to be future stars of the company. File said. Watch some of his Impact and PWG stuff, Derek. You want to watch PWG?
What's PWG?
Pro Wrestling Guerrilla.
I might watch that.
All right, but you won't watch Impact.
No.
He promised you, Doug. Remember that. So
I did, Doug, but we gotta it's gotta be a pay-per-view because I'm not watching a regular show.
Broken. I will not repeat what you wrote in the chat. That is slander, good sir. Absolutely love this match though. That might be up there as one of my more favorite matches of the night. Let's talk about the TNT Championship match, shall we, Derek?
Yes.
We got this one. Title being presented by Iron Mike Tyson.
It's Ludacris, man. Ludacris.
Yo, you better chill out, bro. I ain't messing with that, man. I saw his highlight video package.
I like Mike.
Yeah, until Mike got to put them hands on you.
That's all right, man.
Until he's playing Phil Collins in the air of the night. Anyway.
I won't even be in the vicinity when that's playing. I'll be out.
Watch The Hangover. You don't know what we're talking about. Lance Archer with Jake the Snake Roberts versus Cody and the coach, Double A. Arn Anderson in his corner. This was fun. I like this match. I thought this was really fun as well. Where do we start? Let's talk about the belt first. Thoughts on the belts, chat. I gotta hear what you guys think of this belt too. Now I know asterisks, whatever. I don't know what I could do for that. Tony Khan said that the belt was not completed because he put it on Twitter, I guess, or somewhere. The belt was not completed. There are still a few more things that need to be added to it, but it couldn't get done because of everything that's going on in the world. Stupid bullshit. Yeah. So the title is not complete because the longer I looked at it, I was like, this belt actually doesn't look as bad as we thought. Because Robert showed me a picture of Mike Tyson posing with it, and I was like, that's it. But once again, I said this. The TNT logo sucks. It's plain.
It is plain. It's very plain. And then I also noticed, I'm sure everybody else probably noticed this, but when you look at it, though, like, you could tell it wasn't finished because the silver looked super dull. So, it's like, nah, this can't be the final belt.
I saw it because the top portion of it, like, hold on, let me make sure that all got on there. That's how the girl body was shaped. Anyway, if you saw what I just did with my hands, that's why I just said that. The belt, though, at the very top, you could see, like, they were missing things. But I liked what I saw, though, because there was little engravings of AEW. The side plates look great.
Yeah, the side plate. You know what? And that was probably the part that was finished. Mm-hmm. That center plate was obviously it's the bigger part, so that probably has to take way more time, and that's where everything got messed up.
And I like the strap, bro. I can't front.
The red, I was feeling the red. The red brings it different because you already have 2 black belts, so just to break it up here, boom, let's do this.
Right.
Well, the tag team belts are black too, aren't they?
The tag belts are, they're black. They got a black strap, but they got the snake skin on the back, which I love.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So you get a different look at each.
And sorry, that was for Jerry Lynn. If you're wondering what I'm doing, go ahead.
Each belt has something different about it. Like the heavyweight title looks worn out and everything, but that's the AEW logo. The AEW logo looks that way with all the scratches and stuff in it. The women's title, dainty.
Speaking of AEW logo, you guys can check out the link tree and get yourself one of these cool Everything Pro Wrestling t-shirts as well. I'm shilling tonight. I don't care. I need the money for this computer.
Right, yeah. The women's title, it's got like the little purple accents to it.
Is it purple? I don't see anything purple on the women's belt.
I think there's some kind of color in there. It doesn't look.
Isn't it rose gold? Maybe.
Is it rose gold?
I think so.
Okay, so rose gold. We'll go with rose gold because it probably is rose gold.
I haven't really looked up close to the belt since it came out. You about to pull it up now?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You pull that up. I'm gonna read what the chat's saying about this because I am very interested in what they thought about the belt. Let's see here. Broken Rockstar said trash. This belt needs a different color, Jesus said. Six said, I don't mind the way the belt looks. It looks cool, but it doesn't take away from the main belt. Definitely. Chris Zuba said that belt was finished till social media said it sucked. I don't think so, Chris. There's too much missing on the top. Remember, we said it looked too plain.
Yeah.
Is there a purple?
It looks like there's something like there's a color in there. I don't know if that's like.
I see what you're saying. That looks like a reflection, maybe. Maybe I'm tripping. We'll find another picture, and if it's got that same color in it, let's see.
Yeah, no, that looks like that must be a reflection.
Yeah. Jesus said it kind of looks like the NWA TV belt. Yeah, a little bit. They had the red strap, the silver around it. It's kind of a classic throwback to it. Ant Won't Stop said, imagine WWE showed up with an unfinished belt, though. People would freak out. Touche, sir. Touche on that point. Casey said, no, it wasn't, Chris. But I don't expect a Red Sox fan to know about championships. Dirty. Give Impact a chance or else leave the Derek Order, Doug wrote. Yeah, it's just what it is. Six said, look, man, honestly can't see how people can shit on this title saying it's ugly when we had that ugly-ass hardcore title from back in the day. It could be way worse.
That's true, because that hardcore title was fucked up.
Broken wrote TCS for life. It's okay for a mid-card title, Matt Lopez writes. It's what it is, guys. Like I said, I want to see what more they're going to add to the title. It looks interesting.
I think it's going to be done. This was just what it was, what they had to present in the amount of time that they had.
Because we all said it. We were like, something's off about the main plate of the belt.
Yeah, the silver was just too dull and everything. You could tell it didn't look like it was finished.
And you know what? I'm going to bring up something to the point of what Chris brought up. Even if it wasn't finished, I respect them for listening to the fans.
Yeah.
Because in other companies, they don't give a damn what we think.
No.
And that's just the truth. Like, oh, okay, well, you're just hating the hate, so blah.
Right.
All right, bro. That's what it's going to be. So we're in a real weird situation with this belt, but let's talk about the match. It starts off really quick, Derek. Hard-hitting blackout immediately to Cody. Cody rolls out of the ring here. Cody was getting his ass beat this match. Like, Lance Archer looked really strong in this.
Listen, if he would have won with the blackout, like, right off the bat, like, when he hit that, I'm like, we're going to say this is over right now? Okay. Please don't do that.
He did really good. And watching this match, too, this is going to sound weird. I kind of want to see a Lance Archer Luchasaurus match. Very weird. It was because of the choke slams, I think, tonight.
Probably.
The dueling choke slams that I saw from both of them just looked really good.
Battle of the choke slams like Undertaker and Kane.
Yeah.
Battle of the choke slams. Or Kane and Big Show.
They've got a lot of good, interesting big man matchups now for AEW. Like, before, we weren't getting these type of matchups, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, because now with Brian Cage in the mix, now you have...
You got another big dude to throw in there.
You got another big man to make something happen, you know?
Yeah, I'm glad that they picked up a lot of these cats. Now, Cody was getting tossed around. At one point, he gets a reversal. He locked the LeBell lock in, and it was so funny. I think nobody knew what to call it on commentary because they did not want to, heed that WWE stuff.
Right.
Arn ends up helping Cody in the middle of this match. Lance Archer did his whole walk around the ring. He did a moonsault the first time, and then he did the walk around again, but this time Double A grabbed his legs, split him,
Yeah.
crotched him on the rope, and another referee comes out, Paul Turner. I don't know what the hell he was doing. He put down whatever food he had in catering. Was like, hey, wait a minute. And he runs out. I don't know where you guys are for all this other interference that happens. Casey, I know what you're going to write. We don't know what the hell's going on. So we're like, okay, what's Paul Turner doing? Arn Anderson gets thrown out. Now, Jake the Snake didn't do shit wrong. Jake was kind of, it's not his fault Cody mouthed off to him and he distracted him. That's Cody's fault.
I want to assume they threw out Jake because Jake kept climbing up on the ropes. Yeah.
I'm going to allow this. Mills Lane, I'm going to allow it. But that's still bullshit. So, Jake gets thrown out. Mike Tyson's sitting out there. Mike Tyson is, at one point we caught him yawning when Lance Archer was on offense. Mike Tyson laughed when people were getting thrown out. Mike Tyson gave the okay to throw people out. He was like, yeah, throw them out.
Yeah.
Throw them out, man.
Yeah, basically. Yep.
Dude, wild. So they both get thrown out. And Archer was motioning to Jake to do something. And then here comes Jake the Snake with the bag.
Yeah. So we all know what that means.
He was about to pull out the real snake. And
Snake
This podcast is so inappropriate. Anyway, so
that was the only thing, though.
No, no, there was definitely a Red Sox shot in here earlier.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm a Yankees fan myself, but whatever. I know that probably just lost me some likes or whatever, but it's what it is. Dude, Jake comes out and Mike Tyson jumps up, takes his shirt off. I was talking with Casey about this before the live stream here, and Casey said that this was overdone. I kind of agree. Like, it was too much stuff. This match could have been great, and they limited it to good, in my opinion. When it could have just been a little bit better if they would have just... And you know what? It wasn't even that all the shenanigans happened. They just didn't have their shit together for the shenanigans. Yeah. You have to have that shit together. And I think it was just the fact that they had too much convoluted. Arn's kicked out. Jake's kicked out. Jake's back out. Tyson steps up, takes his shirt off. I'm going to knock you out. Nobody gets knocked out, and we get the finish of the match. Right. So afterwards, Tyson jumps up, Jake backs off. We end up getting a blackout tried again, but Cody hits the crossroads, hangs onto it, and hits another one for the 1, 2, 3. Cody is the first TNT champion. I think it's a good pick. Nothing to complain about when it comes to that, in my opinion. I know that a lot of people... I picked Lance Archer to win, too. I would have booked Lance Archer to win.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people who don't like the fact that Cody won. I mean, you have to take it for what it's worth, because he can't challenge for the heavyweight title. So take that for what it is.
Not even that. Cody represents the company on the most media things. How good is it going to look for him to walk around with the TNT Championship belt into an interview with Ryan Satin, or he's going to be on Pro Wrestling Report? He can then bust out the interview. Maybe shows up on Everything Pro Wrestling. Wing face, Cody. If you ever want, you're more than welcome to come on. But yeah, if you have the opportunity to have like Cody Rhodes on your show and he can bring the belt, or if he's going to talk to TNT Media, he's doing big media for the company. Like, hey, we're going to have our first arena show. He's got the belt right now. So it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I just don't want people to shit on this, is what I'm saying. I know that a lot of people got mad and they were just like, bleh.
I mean, you know, it's gonna be what it is. You know, people are gonna shit on it. Okay, go ahead, shit on it. I think Cody did what he had to do in order of giving up the heavyweight title and wrestling for the mid-card title.
A lot of Red Sox hate in the chat. Sorry, I went back up. Speaking of belts, Six said I got my big gold belt in the mail the other day, and it is beautiful. He said it's a beaut, actually, but I added that in. That belt does look nice.
How much is that?
Big chips. We'll talk offline about that. I don't like to talk contracts and prices.
Oh yeah.
Wink face. Let's see here. Jesus wrote F the Red Sox. Thanks, Jesus. Right, Derek. I really thought it was going to be over. Back to the match again, though. He said, great match, just a crappy ending, Casey said. Yeah, I'm with Casey on that. We ended up giving this a B. But I think it could have been a B+. I think it could have been on that same level as Jungle Boy MJF if it would have just had it together.
Yeah, I agree.
I see mad people putting Tyson and Holyfield. Turner is a snitch. Turner is Takashi. Wait, what? Is Takashi? Oh, Paul Turner. Sorry. I was wondering who the Turner was. They were talking about, I'm like, Tina?
Oh.
Like, what? But I got it now. I got it now. Because he snitched.
Yeah, Paul Turner is Takashi.
Yeah. 6'9".
That fool.
Truly A said Cody was ready for Lance Archer. I'm a Cody fan. I agree with that. That's what she said. I was about to pull out the real snake. Jesus said Yankees respect Conrad. I'm surprised, Jesus. You live in Texas.
Houston.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Probably not a fan of the camera work. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking my baseball shit. I'm done. Six said Cody will get his moment to be AEW champ. He's a sharp dresser and will look good with the strap on his shoulder during interviews.
Do you think they use the zoom out camera in Houston?
Moving on. Let's talk about the next match. It's Penelope Ford versus Chris Statlander. This was a makeup match. Dr. Britt Baker is out. We find out that she will be out for a certain time period, but she's going to announce it on Dynamite, so I won't steal your thunder because you're the role model. All right? Yeah. Penelope Ford versus Chris Statlander here. What do you think, D?
I thought this was a decent match. Still, the women's division still needs work. But I think they're making progress. I think they're making progress.
Yeah, this was a showcase basically for Chris Statlander here.
Yeah,
she wins with the Big Bang Theory, or I think that's what her finisher's called.
I think
she gets her finisher C+. This was a match that just put over Chris Statlander. That's what I predicted was going to happen anyway. I know that's null and void because it's not Dr. Britt Baker, but Chris Statlander needed the win here, I think, more than anybody. She had kind of lost a little bit of steam.
Yeah. And she needed something to get put back on track, and I think this was the match for her to get back on track. You know, even though it wasn't a great match, this was just a match for her to bounce back. It's nothing more, nothing less. You know,
Casey said this match would have been better with Britt Baker. I think it would have told a better story.
Yes.
Penelope Ford. Here's the weird thing with her, and we've talked about her several times. Sorry, picking up my leg here a little bit. Got to stretch. With Penelope Ford, she's got to just get comfortable. I want her to just feel comfortable in the ring. I feel like she's in the right places. She's doing the right things. She just needs to let it flow.
Yeah.
Let it flow. That's the simple way I could put it. I
mean, honestly, if you really compare her in-ring work to her out-of-ring work, she lets it fly.
As the manager?
Yes. She doesn't think about doing anything when she does it. But when she's in the ring, you could see her thinking, like, all right. When she goes for her back handsprings, that's a perfect example. She's like, she's thinking about it.
It's the stuff that I talk about with some of wrestlers of today. I don't know. It's just weird sometimes to watch them. Like, you guys are trying to remember the spots. Forget the spots. Just wrestle.
Just go out and wrestle. Like just how she does her moves or whatever she does as a manager. Just think the same concept. Just let it go. Just do what you're gonna do. You already know what you're going to do before anything happens. So just go on and do it in the match before anything happens. You know, so you'll be perfectly fine. Just stop thinking so much.
We're gonna move on from this match because there wasn't much to say, and this is gonna be another quick one we're gonna go over. Shawn Spears versus Dustin Rhodes. Spears attempts the "Who's Your Daddy" Montreal moment. As Rob so eloquently put when we were talking about this. During this matchup here, they did a really good job at teasing the fans, making you wonder, is Dustin Rhodes really going to come out? Is he going to make his triumphant return here? It turns out that Dustin Rhodes does make his return. He said, well, I told you guys not to play the music again for the second time. They ended up playing the music for the second time, and I love the camera shot that he just like appeared, like you just saw this sunburnt dude from Texas, like, I thought I told you about talking shit about me, and Dustin just showed up and basically whooped his ass.
Yeah, you know, basically that's really all that had to happen. You know, he made quick work of it, and you know it is what it is. You know, so it just had to be what it was.
Right. This was a pretty decent match overall. It got what it was supposed to get done. Dustin Rhodes needed a victory, I guess, in their mind. He does his work. He gets the victory here. And that's it, man. 1, 2, 3. He hits the final reckoning. It's what it is. Shawn Spears loses. Minus that part with him taking off the belt and come on, Dustin. Come on, Dustin, with this. But you know how they get down in their matches. That's just the Dustin like.
I mean, that was vintage Dustin.
Still weird, bro. Still weird. But Shawn Spears got his ass whooped literally and physically and figuratively. Any word you want to put in there. Shawn Spears takes the L in this one. Good guys win.
Yeah.
Not mad.
Yeah, there's nothing else to say about it.
All Out was announced for September 5th, so pretty cool that we got that announced. It's going to be a little bit later this year, so we can deal with that, though. All Out is happening Labor Day weekend. Yeah. Hopefully it's in Chicago and in front of fans. I hope everything's, like, better by then.
Yeah, hope yeah, you know, fingers crossed, basically, because, you know, I'm glad that we have some kind of wrestling right now, but it'll be great if we get, you know, the fans in there, and it'll be even better than what we already expect it to be.
I love that Casey said let's go back to finding his tag team partner.
Right, yeah. We definitely need to do that. Yeah, as soon as we find a tag team partner for him, I think that'll be like the starter for Sean Spears. You know, like he'll get back into the swing of things. Like right now, he's just trying to showcase some stuff.
Yeah, and minus that creepy Tully Blanchard picture he had on the front of his boxers.
Oh yeah. That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
That was sus.
That too. It was definitely sus.
Yeah, that was weird.
Definitely sus.
They did show a Hana Kimura graphic as well, so respect to AEW for doing that for someone that's not one of their superstars, but they do get a lot of Stardom talent, so
right.
I can respect that. # watch Stardom. At the same time here, we've got Shida versus Nyla Rose for the AEW Women's Championship here. Shida came out dressed as Tiff Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII, if nobody noticed that.
I definitely did not notice that.
Yeah, so shout out to Rob for putting that in the notes. Nyla put Shida through a blackjack table that was ringside. They had a lot of things ringside related to the poker theme, casino theme of Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
This was a fun beatdown match.
It was. This is the kind of match that everything that happened in the match, I was definitely expecting it to happen. So I couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah. Now, during all of this, we just had a bunch of different things happening. Like, dude, Nyla Rose crashed a couple times pretty hard.
Yeah.
Like,
she
through the chips.
Chips. Yeah, she definitely hit hard. Like, oh, God. You know, it's like... And then when she tossed Shida onto the table, and she was like, always bet on black.
No comment. So... and shout out to whoever was chanting "whoop that trick." I think it was
that had to be
oh my gosh. Big Swole.
Yeah, Big Swole.
I want to say it was her. You're judging everything by the voice. I blame Austin Gunn for everything that usually goes wrong, him or Sean Spears. So we're gonna give this one to Big Swole. All I heard was "whoop that trick, whoop that trick."
Yeah, that was definitely on point with that.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Nyla ends up buckle bombing Shida for a near fall. Shida hit that Falcon Arrow. That Falcon Arrow, dude, I thought that was the title change right then and there.
Oh, yo, that was definitely a nice move by Shida. Like, I wasn't expecting her to do that. Great move. Just a great move off the top ropes.
Yeah.
On someone who is
double maybe her size.
Yeah, like considerably so.
Yeah. After we get that near fall, Shida wins with a running knee strike for the W, gets the 1-2-3. I'm not mad, bro. We talked about Shida possibly not winning here and winning down the line. You know what? Screw it.
Yeah.
Tony Khan went with it, and I'm not mad. I think, do you feel like this hurt Nyla now in the long run, looking at this after everything has transpired? Because you wanted Nyla to keep the belt, and I kind of agreed with you as well. I'm happy still, though. I said if Shida wins, I'm happy. No complaints.
I think it hurts her just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Just because like I said, I was expecting Nyla to come in and dominate like she normally does. Because I just felt like it was too early. Because she had the belt for a good amount of time, but not enough time. I needed her to make that run a couple times. You know, like have it for at least a couple months, defend the belt a couple times, and then do what she was supposed to do with the belt, and then Shida comes and takes the title off of her.
What's going on, Tiff? I see Tiff has just joined us in the chat as well. Tiff, I promoted our talk on Monday earlier on. Let's see. Casey said, who told you that Shida was winning? Who did? Oh, right, me. # suck it. Inappropriate. Yeah, I'm going to get a shirt that says that eventually. Tired of this. Jesus brought up a good point, said both Nyla and Shida work well together. I think they're two of the better women performers. This is up there as one of the better women's matches. Best women's match, maybe?
Yeah, I'll say that. That's definitely.
I think it could be argued. It could be argued.
Yeah, it could be argued. Yeah, because you still. Well, no, we'll say best women's match of this year.
Okay. And some people are talking about Nyla's reign. Nyla couldn't help the title reign. She couldn't help that COVID happened. That's what we were talking about before, though. It's kind of a crappy thing for her.
Yeah.
It's just what it's going to be. You can't change that. Things will not change. Matt Lopez says, I don't think it hurt Nyla as much as it took no DQ match for her to lose. So the weapons and stuff helped out. Matt, good point as far as the booking of this match goes. Shida gets the victory. I'm happy. We've got 2 more matches to talk about real quick, guys, and then we will get you guys on out of here for this review. AEW World Title match. Brodie Lee versus the champion, Jon Moxley. This was something different. I missed a lot of this match because of technical difficulties. If you knew how long it took me to set this microphone up, you guys would be shocked. I had to definitely fix the microphones and everything else for this, so I really, really like tonight's one of those nights that I really hope you appreciate how much work I put in to do this because this was a pain in the ass tonight. So Derek caught most of this match. Let me see what we've got written down here. Moxley flipped Brodie Lee onto a table.
Yeah, because Brodie Lee basically had Moxley up to put him through like a power bomb, and he did what he was supposed to do. Moxley.
Here, I'll let you. You know what? You rock out with this.
So basically, Moxley did what he had to do. He went. Brodie Lee went for the power bomb. Moxley flipped him over. Brodie Lee hit like a sit out power bomb for a 2 count.
Yeah, he did.
Had a big boot. He went for a big boot and everything.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I say he did. The biggest spot, though, I gotta say,
on the ramp,
the paradigm shift through the ramp, like that was, whoo, that was devastating. I was not expecting. I didn't think the ramp was set up for that.
It could be. It could be, obviously.
Like I didn't think it was set up for that.
They did some really cool things with this. So Brodie ended up going through. Moxley comes out of the rubble first. This reminds me of like the ECW spot with Taz and Bam Bam Bigelow. If you guys ever saw it, where that was through the ring. Bam Bam went through the stage too for something though. I can't remember. But Taz and Bam Bam Bigelow, same thing. They ended up going through like the ring at one point, and then Bam Bam came out and just basically dragged Taz's lifeless body out and pinned him. It was similar to that, but in this, Brodie Lee was still kicking out. Like he was bleeding, kicking out. And I was surprised that
he powered out heavy too. Like it was a heavy power out. Like no, I'm not going down. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people are gonna say
they didn't like the ending.
They didn't like the ending, but then would you rather Brodie Lee win and then say, well, Mox only had the belt for a short amount of time, and with everything going on, he didn't really do anything with it, and now he lost it after he does defend the title again. I mean, I feel like this was a no-win situation as to how people may have wanted it to go.
My man Fowl said the stage bump was insane. Casey is sleeping on the Dark Order. We talked after. Casey said that he thinks the Dark Order is dead now because of this.
I mean, you could definitely argue that. I mean,
I think some changes have to happen now, or something big has to occur for them.
Yeah, I think the circumstances had to change. Things had to change because let's be hypothetical here. If we weren't going through the situations that we are going through currently, Moxley would have defended the belt a few more times.
And I think it would have been against someone else. I don't think Brodie Lee was meant to be in this spot.
Brodie Lee wasn't meant to be here.
He definitely jumped up. He's number 4 in the rankings. He's only lost 1 match, but I don't know. I just feel like maybe someone else would have been in this spot other than Brodie Lee. But Brodie Lee did a good job.
Yes. Just think about it. I feel like Brodie Lee's, because we were supposed to get Brodie Lee at Blood and Guts.
Or no, at Rochester. The week before with us.
Yeah, so this had to be fast-tracked, in my opinion. This had to be fast-tracked, so we had to do something to not repair what the situation may be, but to try and keep things going. And we had to force feed Brodie Lee. We all know that.
After he kicked out of all those moves, Moxley locked in a rear naked choke, and Brodie Lee went to sleep.
Yep.
It was over. GG. Moxley holds on to the belt that way. I think that was a great tie-in to the promotion for the movie he's doing too right now. He ad-libbed most of the lines too, if you guys didn't know that, about his I think it's a Cage Fighter movie, or maybe that's the name of it. But Moxley gets the win here. I'm happy for the dude. Like, Moxley deserves to continue his title reign. So it was good to see a retain right now for the night because we saw some title switch hands.
Yeah.
Get you excited for Dynamite, but we gave this a B.
Mm-hmm. I agree. A B, solid B.
Let's see what everyone in the chat is saying about this. Some people said, Chris Zoop said he really liked this match. Brodie Lee versus Moxley killed this match. I enjoyed it. The ending protected Brodie, Matt Lopez said. That ending was different with Moxley doing a submission. Derek got to step in with Uno and Grayson to take control back, Rob said. I think Dark Order would have beat Omega and Page for the tag titles, Jesus is thinking.
I agree with that.
Casey said they wrote themselves into a corner by doing this match. They had the Dark Order lose again. The Exalted One lost in his very first big match. Like, even their special leader is a loser. I'm willing to see what they do, Casey. Let's see what they do first.
But I think that they definitely wrote themselves in a corner, but they had no other choice. Because someone else should have wrestled Jon Moxley for the title. Like, maybe one or two more people should have wrestled him for the title before Brodie Lee came through.
I just don't think Brodie Lee should have wrestled on this pay-per-view in that type of match. I feel like Brodie Lee should have been in a non-title match against someone else first.
Yeah.
But...
Because, I mean, think about it. When he came through, he only wrestled what? One credible person in Colt Cabana? Or no, not Colt Cabana.
He fought a couple people. I mean, whatever.
None of, like, significance, though.
Yeah, he fought Stunt. I mean, let's see what happens on Wednesday. I'm more of the long-term storytelling point with this. So let's see what he does with the Dark Order. He may disband the Dark Order. We don't know.
Right.
They could change it up. Let's talk the main event match. It was the Stadium Stampede match. Did you agree with this going on last? Yes. I know a lot of people wanted to see that happen, so it's kind of a different thought to see a non-world title match go on last.
Yeah, no, I definitely felt like this should have been the last match.
In this match, we had the... Rob, I just saw what you wrote about the Jaguars. Not appropriate, sir.
But very true.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to get beat up by your boy Juke, so chill out with that. The Stadium Stampede match, we had the Elite versus the Inner Circle. The Elite had the Young Bucks, Matt Hardy, Hangman Page, and Kenny Omega taking on the Inner Circle. That's Jericho, PNP, Sammy Guevara, Jake Hagar.
Spanish God.
This match, bum rush with plunder to start. These dudes are wild. We saw people jumping off a field goal post. People just acting a fool throughout this. Let me see if I can just read some of this. Bum rush with plunder to start, Rob wrote down. Hangman chases Sammy on horseback. Why was there a horse on a football field chasing Sammy Guevara? Like, Sammy Guevara running is one of the funniest things. That is the meme of 2020 for AEW.
Yes.
Sammy run.
Yeah.
What else did we have here? Matt Jackson does a moonsault off the goalpost. Easy puns with field goal jokes. PNP put Kenny through the guardrail. That looked painful, actually. The power bomb together through it.
Yeah. Freaking PNP with
Matt Hardy drowning him,
turning into from Damascus to
version 1.
Version 1.
What did he say? Matter of facts.
Matter of facts. Yeah.
I love it.
Money Matt.
Big Money Matt. Matt Hardy is gold, man. He really does a good job with this stuff. Pool was filled with water from the lake of reincarnation. I love when, what's your boy's name? Ortiz said, I can't swim. It's only 3 feet of water. Tony Schiavone was on point tonight with jokes. Him and JR with the son of a bitch. Like, they were just coming out with the one-liners, so they were snapping really good tonight. They did some funny ass things in this match. Hardy ties up Ortiz to a wheelchair, and what did he do? He locked Santana in the icebox with a broomstick. They did good in this. They did good. This is my favorite part with Jake Hager, and he finds Paige hanging out by the bar in the arenas, and he's like, "Did you come here to fight or did you come here to drink?" And they sit there, share a drink. They end up like beefing with each other. And then when Kenny Omega shows up, this was ridiculous. Kenny Omega and Hangman Page just take turns. This turns into like one of those classic bar fights you would see in cartoons.
Yeah.
Just beer bottle over his head over and over again. And Hager, they made him look like a tough son of a bitch because he didn't go down from any of these. Then they did the classic bar where they just drag him across. Kenny Omega bends down so Hangman Page can do the buckshot lariat.
Yep.
Knocks him into the bar. They beat the shit out of Hager. It was money. It was gold.
It was. Then they both have a drink.
Oh yeah, the milk and the
milk and the whiskey.
Yeah, and Derek starts yelling about a White Russian. Look it up, kids, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Rob bringing up some stuff in the chat. I will not repeat that though. Yeah, the bar fight was one of my favorites. The APA would have been proud of this bar fight.
Oh yeah,
you damn right.
They definitely would have been proud of it.
Let's see, where did we leave off here? Brawl ensues. Kenny assists in breaking the bottles. Blah blah blah. Oh, it was the bubbly too. They were just using the champagne. Yeah. Bucks versus the LeSex Gods. 100-yard Northern Lights suplex by Matt all the way down the field. Jericho hits a Judas effect on the Jags mascot. Shout out to Justin. Jay Bird definitely called this happening. Like, they had to do something with the mascot. Jericho beats the mascot's ass.
Jericho gets the salt put on, or not the salt, the chalk put on.
Yeah.
By
Well, first he challenged the call. So he challenged Aubrey on a count that was a near fall. He's like, he threw a red flag down. Said, I challenged this call. And she was like, you can't do that. And then they go into the booth. They show the replay of it. And the person did kick out.
You're a shitty ref.
You're a shitty referee. Aubrey just looks like whatever. Nick Jackson then hits a big stadium dive. Nick Jackson, good gracious, dude. I can't wait to see him in like singles mode. I don't know why. I really think he'd be a good singles wrestler. Matt, too.
I think so.
I like them as a tag team, but I just like to see them as singles sometimes. Like, they did good stuff in this. Sammy is all alone, and he thinks he's got the match won until he gets chased by the golf cart again. And he said, oh, no, not again.
You ready for round 2?
Kenny Omega and Matt Hardy do wonders in this. So he's the only one left. Jericho
before we even hit that, did anybody see Bryce booking it down the sideline
next to the golf cart? Jericho's face did get the spray over it right in the crotch. Yeah. Then Sammy, when he first woke up, he got the water right in the crotch too to keep the field all wet and clean, or however you want to put it. Don't forget Manscaped. Dude, this match was absolutely crazy. So afterwards, the one-winged angel gets hit on Sammy Guevara onto a platform for the 1-2-3. Omega shoulders were up. This was wild. It was fun.
It was.
It was just one of those goofy matches that you had to end with, and I thought they did a good job with this.
They did. Given the circumstances, you bring in the thing that I like about AEW is the fact that they are bringing you some kind of entertainment outside of wrestling. Like, it's wrestling, but it's entertainment put in there on top of that. Like, just like how you had the graveyard match with AJ and Undertaker. That was entertainment within a wrestling match.
Yeah, I think these two are really neck and neck for which ones were the best ones. That graveyard match and this one for like the overproduced, over-the-top matches that you can go out and see.
Yeah. I
think these two are running neck and neck. Case said this match was fun for sure, but he feels the Inner Circle should have won. Matt Lopez put challenge to play. You're a shit, a referee had me dead by Jericho. Jesus wrote, I just heard the Kill Bill music as soon as the golf cart revved up and they cut to Sammy. Truly the A said A+ for this match. I got outvoted for that one, so this one is definitely going to go as an A+ in the books of Derek and Rob. It was up there though. Some people said it was match of the year, so we're gonna give this one the A+ treatment. This was a main event that would have made Jim Cornette proud. Oh, I'm sure he'll have something to say about that. Trust.
What the fuck?
Oh shit. Chat. I read your thoughts on this. Overall grade time. I mean, was this a thumbs up show? We're gonna give our overall grade on it. So you guys leave what you thought overall right now for the show. I'm gonna count them after Truly the Ace. What did you think of the show overall? Derek, what do you think of this grade? We didn't talk about the overall. Do you think that's fair?
I think that's fair.
I think that's a fair one for the overall show. Those 2C matches kind of brought it down just a wee bit, but we're gonna give this one an overall B- for the pay-per-view grade. Not as good as Revolution.
Yeah, I think Revolution is still their best pay-per-view right now.
Yeah. This one, it wasn't great, but it still got the job done. Do I feel like they wasted my $50? No. I feel like they were in a tough position to sell this. Not a lot of people there to talk about this with, so it was what it was.
Right.
Let's see here. Outside of Cage, winners were faces. Just saying, Casey said. Hey, man, gotta send the people home happy. Maybe they felt like they needed to do that for what's going on in the world. Jesus said, match of the year contender. Conrad calling it now. Wait, I agreed on the A grade. Okay, Rob agreed on the A. Can we pop that down to an A then?
We can pop it down.
Thanks, Rob. I thought Rob said A plus as well for. So we're gonna give it an A, the main event, not an A plus. I'm sorry. I think that was the same grade that we gave AJ and Taker.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if anything really got an A plus this year. I think the only thing I can remember giving A pluses to were some of the matches on Wrestle Kingdom and that Revolution match.
Yeah.
The tag match. Jesus said 8 out of 10 for him. Broke the Rockstar said A minus. Casey said thumbs up show. Foul said B plus as well. Jesus said, or Chris DeZuba said 3 out of 10. I support AEW, but this is their worst pay-per-view. 6 said the pay-per-view was okay, not the greatest, but still a thumbs up. Rob said B overall. You think it was worth the $50? Yeah. Listen. AEW is losing money right now in the shows. I think it was worth it to support AEW. Yes. Would I have paid $50 for this pay-per-view? I would have said maybe $40, $40, but
I did 35.
I think the pay-per-views are overpriced a little bit anyway, but
yeah.
It's what it is, man. I want to support AEW as a company, and I'm looking forward, hopefully, to us getting to go to a show eventually one day with them.
Yeah.
Still hating on the UK fans for getting the $20 discount. Hey, maybe 20 in the UK, but it's $6.10 right now. Good point, Foul. Good point. Casey said, I don't think it was worth $50 though. Ant said 7.5 out of 10. Solid though, for real.
Yeah.
I can agree with what Ant said for it. That's right around that B plus area, the 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10.
Right.
It was a good show, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for this. I'm hoping we'll be back for an AEW Dynamite show. We're going to try to work this out, get some things going for it. Setup will be difficult for a little bit, but like I said, we'll get a new computer. We'll get everything all set up. Things will get back to normal eventually. With that being said, I'm going to end this video now for Derek's sake, for my sake, Rob's sake, and everybody in this house's sake, so that way we can move these tables back and get everything looking right. Good show. Thank you for joining me. Shout out to the chat as well. Thank you for joining us. We greatly appreciate you guys, and this is the end.